Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I think everyone knows about climate change that is currently happening, and one of the biggest factors in this problem is conventional vehicles. They are constantly producing carbon monoxide and is damaging the Earth's ozone. But what if all the conventional vehicles are replaced into a more eco-friendly option, and that is an electric vehicle? The reason climate change and global warming are currently happening right now, and one of them is conventional vehicles. Even with today's standard emission regulation, the vehicles still produce carbon monoxide. Today, I want to convince all of you why electric vehicles are better rather than traditional conventional vehicles. First, how our electric vehicles can affect our lifestyle, especially people nowadays, making vehicles as one of the achievements in their life. The more expensive it gets, the more respected you are. Next, how about the environment? Is it good for the environment? As we know, in Indonesia, our electricity still comes from coal, and it creates pollution as well. Finally, how it's going to affect the economy. As we know, the prices of electric vehicles, it's quite expensive. Is it going to be always so expensive? Because right now, the cheapest electric vehicles started from 600 million rupees. But first, lifestyle. The blue sky of Jakarta can be achieved if people start using electric vehicles as a lifestyle. General Manager of PLN Main Unit for Jakarta Distribution, Ihsan Asad, said that 80% of air pollution in Jakarta is contributed by motorized vehicles. If people can switch from using vehicles with gasoline to electricity, it is believed that air pollution will decrease. People's perspective on the electric vehicle as one of the most modern technologies in the automotive industries. Big automotive brand is also started to launching not only the electric version of their normal cars, but also making an all-new electric vehicle from the ground up. For example, Porsche already announced that expects 80% of its global sales to be all electric vehicles by 2030. It shows how serious they are in this electrification scheme. Based on Palantir's projection, it is estimated that in 2021 there will be 689 electric vehicles. The number will grow significantly in 2022 to reach around 4,000 units and continue to grow to 16,000 units in 2025 and 65,000 units in 2030. Based on that, we can see that vehicle electrification is a major thing, and it already starting to grow. Even big automotive brands start focusing in this scheme. Next, about the environment. Electric vehicles are the more eco-friendly option because it produces a lot less pollution. According to data from the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources, CO2 emission from a battery electric vehicle are only 0 to 5 grams per kilometer, while CO2 emission from conventional cars can reach up to 125 grams per kilometer. Besides CO2 emission, electric cars also contributed to reducing the greenhouse effect. The Ministry of Industry targets the use of 600,000 units of electric vehicles in 2030 to reduce 2.7 million tons of CO2 emissions. Electric vehicles also have a lot less sound pollution. The electric car's noise level is only 21 decibels, which is far less compared to Jakarta's noise level, which can reach up to 76 decibels. But as we know that electric vehicles rely on electricity, and in Indonesia itself, the electricity is still produced from coals. So one of the prerequisites that must be met for the use of electric cars is that the electricity source comes from renewable energy and does not depend on coal power plants. In addition, the waste battery treatment must be recycled by biometallurgical and hydrometallurgical methods. Well, as you can see, the effects are major, so I hope after showing this can open your eyes to why electrification of vehicles is an important thing. Last but not least, the economic perspective. The production of electric cars needs a high technology and is also not massive as that of conventional cars. In Indonesia, the prices it's still really expensive and most cars are still CPU and completely built up, and that makes them expensive. Chairman one of the Association of Automotive Industry, Rizqy, Yongki Sugiarto, explained that the price of this car is expensive even though it has received incentives for exemption from import duties, sales tax on luxury goods, and transfer fees, or PNBM. After all, the price has not been able to drop below 600 million rupees. Jonki added that Indonesia must attract investors from abroad to build domestic component facilities. Increasing the level of domestic components can make the price of electric cars cheaper. Investment in a component factory is very large. It requires stages to make your car battery, but one of the ways is by increasing the domestic components to reduce the price of electric cars, he said. But if we don't produce the battery by ourselves, we can buy it because the price is constantly decreasing. In 2010, was still valued at 17 million rupiahs and will only cost around 1.9 million rupiahs in 2020. In short, in the last decade, there has been a decline in prices of up to 89% for lithium battery technology. Based on this data, it can be seen that in 2030, the average price of this lithium battery will even touch around 1 million rupees. Imagine. So there's a chance that the prices of the electric cars are going to be the same as the conventional cars. We can make our own battery or we can end up buying it, as we see that the prices of lithium batteries are constantly decreasing. I think those are the points why we should consider vehicle electrification. As you all heard, vehicle electrification is already on to the way and is expected in 2030 most of the internal combustion vehicles are replaced with electric vehicles. I hope my speech today can open up your mind to how good it is this electrification vehicle scheme is. I know that some of you are going to be disagree with this, but what's the point if we keep insisting on using the conventional vehicles, but also at the same time destroying the earth, which is the only place where all live together. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.